I don't know what's wrong with this. YouTube they just keep changing things. I swear, sometimes these people don't have anything to do but to change things. I don't know if anybody's watching. Doesn't look like anybody is coming on. That means that it's not. So that when I'm doing my test, I don't have to every time one of those. It's not live. Okay, what was that again? I can go and look. I swear these things are just. I just go to 9 because when you multiply digit numbers, you're only going to multiply single digit by single digit. You're not. I tell you, sometimes. Yeah, you can do the 10s, you can do the 11s, but when you're okay. Digits, you're doing one individual digit by another. So right now, all right, there is a live. We are live. All right. This is kind of an emergency live stream that I wanted to do to kind of give you guys a live update and give you a overview of what is going on with my condition and what you can expect over the next couple days. I had the staples taken out yesterday. I feel, I would say 90%, 80% okay, but sometimes I still have like a dizzy spell once in a while. Had a good night's sleep last night. Okay, you're definitely getting back to normal. Daniel, I've got to get back into the office because Daniel is just destroying everything. I just don't know what to do about Daniel. Yeah, Bryan, you're going to have to for a while because look at football players, concussions in. Oh, I don't know. You know what? Honestly, I don't know how NFL players, how they're allowed to play. I really don't. It's almost criminal. And it's really the helmet. The helmet is really, they're finding out the NFL helmet is really the problem. Now, I wanted to address something that has happened it's an ongoing issue with a lot of live streams and a lot of other live streams and sometimes it can affect people that are watching the live stream. And I wanted to address comments that people make on the live stream and how that, see, like right now, my head is kind of spinning a little bit. Now, why is that happening right now? I do not know. All I'm saying is don't ever get a headache. Don't ever fall on the ice and smack your head. Well, first of all, it's never happened to me. Okay. I literally can't believe that I hit that concrete that hard and it knocked me out. It's never happened to me before. Okay. Something like this has never happened to me before. And it really is not that I am frightened, but it is it's a alarm.
that goes off. It's like you got to watch yourself, okay? Because you're not 35 years old anymore. You're not 40 years old anymore. You're 65, and it takes you longer to recuperate from situations that normally other people recover much quicker. Okay. So getting back to with comments. So when I do a live stream, okay, matter of fact, when you watch a lot of these live streams on YouTube, just for example, you watch any live stream that, like, but let's just take, for example, Benny Johnson. Okay, let's just take him for example. He's got, I think, 1 million subscribers. So when somebody's watching his live stream, he's got, Bryan, you look like you're your old self. Okay, stop. I don't want to. Okay, I can't laugh like that. Oh my gosh. And so Benny Johnson will have 1,000 people, and the comments when he's doing a live stream, there's millions of them. And so for you to read each one of them is impossible. And some are good, some are bad. And people have to understand that when you're doing a live stream, especially a live stream, or if you're commenting, you have to have some civility. You have to be respectful of the other person, and you have to have some common decor. Okay, like for example, I'm not the type that just likes to swear and cuss all the time. I'm not the one that uses the F word a lot, or it's never been in my vocabulary of using profane. Now I know my best friend Bill at IMAX, he uses the F word as if it was a second word. Okay. And now that's not demeaning. That's just his culture. He's from New Jersey, and I'm not saying I'm not approving it. I'm just saying, that is Bill, and I'll make fun of Bill about it. I'll say, hey, Bill, I got my kids on the phone. Like if I'm driving, all of a sudden he'll start using the F word. I say, hey, Bill, I've got my kids in the car here. Could you quit using the F bomb? And a lot of people will use words that they really shouldn't use. And a lot of people say things they really shouldn't say. Okay. And all I'm asking that people that are watching our live streams understand that there are lots of people that are watching our live streams. Okay. And everybody has a different emotion. Okay. Everybody has a different opinion. Okay. I don't care that everybody has opinion because we all have opinions. My wife has an opinion, okay? My sons have an opinion. I gotta sit up. All right, there we go. So, so when we're
I see that. It should be an F. You were right. I don't know. Typo, yep. I will go ahead and change that.
I what was I saying before I was interrupted? Oh yeah. So my live stream, Protinkertoys.com, is my live stream. This is my platform. And I've built it up over the last 12 years. Okay. I started my first video on YouTube. Gosh, I think it was 2007 when I was with SCX. And I did my first video on the SCX digital cars. And I've been doing videos ever since, okay? So it's not like and back then, there weren't a lot of comments in the sense that it wasn't a lot of live streams. I didn't do a lot of live streams when I was first with SCX. I would post a video and then I would have thousands of comments. I'd have millions of views. I mean, believe it or not, when I first did my YouTube, I think between 2007 and about 2010, I think I had over 1 million views. I was doing very well. And then all of a sudden, YouTube redid their analytics and I lost a lot of my customers or a lot of my views. I don't know, maybe they're just trying to suppress. I don't know what they were doing. YouTube has gone through so many adorations that, I don't even think they know what they're doing. And, but my channel is my channel. Everybody has their own. Like Anthony Bateman has his own channel. Okay. Robert Fish. Now I don't know if Robert Fish has his own channel. You got Slot Valley Racing. You got Scott's House of Slot Cars. Everybody is doing videos now. Okay. I don't care. Okay. Because the more videos that we do, the more people that want to get into slot cars. Okay. And they want to get into playing with slot cars. And that is the word that I want to emphasize, okay? And that is playing, okay? Because the fact of the matter is, basically, this thing right here, now obviously this is missing a guide shoe. This thing right here is a toy. Now, some people would say, well, no, it's my hobby. No, this is not a toy. This is but basically you're having fun with it. Okay. And now you could say, well, is NASCAR? Listen, everybody does something that they enjoy to do, that they enjoy doing. Okay. And slot cars is one of those things. Okay. That people love to do. Okay. Now, I mean, I've had so many different hobbies as a teenager, as a high school, in the Navy. My big hobby or my big obsession back, I would say, between 2000 and 2010 was Legos, building Lego ships. Obviously, I had all these other hobbies. I was doing wow, that guy was going too fast. Man, there was a guy that just went frying our house. He must have been doing 70 miles an hour right in front of our house. And now it's a 55-mile-an-hour speed limit zone, or a 35. And so I wanted to let people know that some people, I think they, how do I want to put this? They, I think goes over the board, for example. This is a show, okay? When I do my live stream, it is purely a show, okay, number one. And when I do a live stream, it's purely for entertainment, okay? Purely entertainment, okay? I have fun doing a live stream. I probably should preface this that it's not that I love doing a live stream. I love being in front of the camera. I've always been in front of the camera. I've always loved to be, you could put me anywhere, give me a camera, and I would be a natural, okay? Put me in front of a camera anywhere in the country, and it would be like a second, about as normal as you can get. A lot of people are not like that. They're not camera friendly. They're not camera. Maybe it's camera neutral in the sense that, see, when I'm in the camera, I'm not a different person. I'm the same guy. Where a lot of people, matter of fact, Rush Limbaugh talked about this a lot about being in front of the camera, and he was a natural at being in front of the camera. And where the camera, a lot of people, when you put them in front of a camera, they're a different person. Okay, where I mean, I'm about as natural as you're gonna get. Okay, obviously, because you're seeing me sitting here in my home, sitting in my chair, trying to recover from a concussion that I had last Wednesday. Okay, and but knowledgeable. Thank you very much, Joey. No, I appreciate that, Joey, and that is true. Okay, because if all of a sudden I started doing live streams or started talking about slot cars, but I had never done a thing, is one thing. And start talking about this or that, and not have ever done anything, then I think you should question somebody in that aspect. There's one thing to have the head knowledge and to know slot cars. And that's fine. I don't have anything. I don't have any. Like, for example, Jeff Hansel. Okay, Jeff Hansel has that head knowledge. He has the ability to take a slot car and tweak it and make it fun and make it really good. Okay, and same thing with Silent Mike. But then there's another connection is in making that connection with other people, that making that connection to where other people would want to get a part of that also. And that's my job, is to make people excited about what they're buying in the way of slot cars. Okay. I want people to buy a race set, okay, and have fun with it. Okay. My wife is teaching very loud. That is my only goal, is so when I get people calling or buying and all of a sudden start getting into slot cars, for the first time, for example, that is that's gravy, baby. And there are so many of those guys out there. I would say that there are millions of guys out there that are our age, that are 40 to 70, that maybe have just retired or literally have no idea what they want to do. They come home after retirement, for example, and they don't have anything to do. Okay. They literally don't know what to do. Okay. And they might have grandkids, and they're thinking to themselves, how can I have fun over these in my retirement years? How can I do something that's really exciting? And it's not just slot cars. It could be woodworking. There are a lot of guys that are into woodworking. It could be model building, building models. Okay. It could be golfing. There are a million different hobbies out there that people love to get into. Slot cars is just another one of them. And slot cars has been around, since the 1940s. Well, really the 1950s when Scale Electric really. And then in the late 60s, you got the vibrators and all the other cool stuff that was coming out. And so when I'm promoting something, okay, it's promoting it as if it's just another part of the hobby. But too many people are taking this too serious and saying, "Oh no, no, this is very serious." And and people need to step back. I think that's what I'm getting at. Okay. It's like what did the it's like Woody said to Buzz Lightyear, Buzz, you are a toy. A toy. Strange person. And that is what we have to constantly come back to, is that, especially if we have our grandkids with us, okay? Are you still upset with me?
No.
What were you doing today that I got mad at you today?
Nothing.
Tell the people what you were doing.
No.
Go ahead, tell them.
No.
Were you watching YouTube videos?
No.
Yeah. So when you're playing with your grandkids, okay, for example, or your kids, let's say, they think it's a toy. They say, oh, this is fun. You're having fun, okay? That is the key word, F-U-N. And if you're not having fun, okay, then, and that's not for everybody. And you're right. I wish many channels, okay, I do not watch many channels because they don't think of fun, but better performance or better cars. No, you're exactly right. And I'm not necessarily knocking that. I'm always looking at it as a toy, as a hobby, as a fun thing to do. Okay. And it's not, a matter of fact, I was watching, Adam sent me this video of these guys that are racing their semis. And I guess there's 4 guys that they do a podcast of them just racing, which is kind of unique. And he was saying that, these guys didn't exist before I started my channel, which, I'm not saying that I'm the one that started everything, but I will admit that, I'm trying to get everybody into this. And so these 4 guys are racing their semis, okay? And they're talking about how fast, well, I want it to go a little slower and all that. Bob Electric Avenue, right, okay, that's one of them, all right. And they're talking to each other about how their rigs and everything. That's what is so fun. I'm telling you guys, they're having fun. It's you could take them out of that situation. You could take them out of that situation of racing with their trucks, and you could put them on a golf course and give them a set of golf clubs, and they're going to be doing the same thing. I'm telling you, there's no difference. It's just what we're doing. You could take those 4 same guys, okay, and take them to their house on a Sunday afternoon with an NFL game or a baseball game, and it's no different, okay? They're going to start talking. They're going to start drinking. They're going to start doing whatever they're doing, and that's what they're, believe it or not, let me tell you a story. And I haven't really ever told this story before, but this is a funny story. Now, I'm not necessarily condoning the situation that would go on, but when I was working for SCX, I would go to, I'm not going to tell you where, but I would do my road trip and I would visit this guy. I think I visited him about 3 times. And this is what happened. I mean, the amount of people that I visited their houses back in 2007 to 2014 is amazing. Matter of fact, I'm thinking of houses right now that I visited. People would ask me, hey, Bryan, come by our house. And there was one guy in the Midwest, I'll just say Midwest, that whenever I would go by that area, he'd say, Bryan, stop by my house. I want to show you what I've done lately. And he wasn't too far off the road. Well, anyways, he did a lot of NASCAR. So there were tons of NASCARs with SCX. I think SCX had the most NASCARs ever made. I think we had it at one time over 30 NASCARs, okay? We had a ton of NASCARs at SCX. And, well, he had a race night with his buddies, okay? And it was out in the garage. and all of his buddies would come over, and they just had a pot party. They would smoke marijuana. They would be smoking their joints and racing their cars, okay? And having fun, just smoking pot and racing their cars. Okay, now obviously I knew this because when I would go into the garage, I would smell it and I go, man, that smells kind of fun. Yeah, we have we smoke a lot of and he would be very honest with me. He said, we smoke a lot of pot when we race. Oh, slow down, Brian. Oh, slow down. Don't do that. Okay, and I'm not saying that because everybody needs to start doing that, is smoking pot when you're racing your cars. But they're just having fun. Okay, Brian, you brought most of us back into slot cars because it's fun. Hey man, Dave's not here. And that's the point, guys. It's fun, okay? You got like Derek. Derek is literally, just so everybody know, Derek and Adam and another guy, which we're on Tootsie ground right now, because he sent me some anyway, I'm not going to go into that right now, but Derek has literally called me every day, okay, since my accident. Every day. He called me on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. He's called me every day. Okay. The guy is, I don't know what he does. I think he just sits at home and watches me all day long. He called me yesterday and said, you got to get back on live stream. Daniel's boring. Daniel's not funny. And my goal is to continue have fun with this. There was a couple things that Auto World, we had a couple things I didn't tell you about last Tuesday's meeting with Auto World, about how they were asking about different cars that they need to do. I told them, you need to do some different type of cars. I told them they needed to do a 56 Ford Fairlane. Now, people say, oh, no, we don't need it. I'm sorry. I think you're wrong. I think that if they did a Ford Fairlane, that would become a very popular car. Just my opinion. Maybe I'm the only one that wants a Ford Fairlane, but that was a very popular car in 1956. Okay, the Ford Fairlane. All right. And so, and there's other things that Auto World was looking at. I think I told you about putting the 12-inch curve in the Race Master sets, the extraction sets and the 4-gear sets. So there's a possibility that a lot of sets are going to have 12-inch straights in them. There's other things that I wasn't able to talk about yet with a Blurple El Camino. Wonderful. 1979, 1993 Ford Mustang Fox body. I would buy that. There's a lot of bodies that they need, and I think they understand that. Obviously, they have to look for a body that they can do a lot of different liveries. And so that's what they're looking at. But I also told them they need to do a lot of customs, like the custom we're doing for our club members. Things like that. They need to do things that are outside the box. And they're open to that, especially Richard. And I wish people would understand that the relationship I have now with Auto World, especially with Richard, I wish I started talking to Richard much earlier than I did. And I think I made that mention last year. And a lot of times we don't necessarily like change, and so we get upset. And getting upset doesn't help anybody. And the things that Auto World are doing now, I think, are great. I know there's a lot of people that are still bitter what happened. I wish people would get over that and just, you know, what's going on right now with Auto World, I think, is great. I think their new AMP chassis is, I know a lot of people hate it. I know a lot of people love it. It's just another evolution of slot cars, and that's what we need to be constantly being excited that the evolution of slot cars is continuing. Auto World is trying to break into new markets, and if they could get see, this is what people do not understand. And maybe I'm the only one that understands this. Maybe I'm not. Maybe there are other people that are finally understanding it. Is because the background that I've been into retail, I've been into the manufacturing. We sold to Target, we've sold to Bass Pro, we've sold thousands of sets to the mass market, and so that drives up sales all over the place. I mean, we sold so many sets to Costco, to Bass Pro, and that had a big effect in how much digital we were selling across the country. And then compact, we sold over 2 million or 250,000 sets to Target back in 2008, 9, 10, 11, or 8, 9, 10. And then my last big sale with SCX was 25,000 sets to Woot, which got bought out by YouTube. No, not YouTube. I think Google bought Woot, and we sold 25,000 sets in one day. So we had 25,000 sets sitting in Illinois. I think it was 25,000 sets. Yeah, 25,000 sets. It was a NASCAR set. We had 25,000 sets. We sold them to Woot. Okay, I thought it was $25 a piece. And in one day, they were sold out across the country. 25,000 sets. If Auto World could get a set into Target, Walmart, Meijer, I don't care who it is, okay? If they could get one set into one of those things for Christmas, it would be a game changer. You guys would not know. We would be sold out. We would literally be sold out. Okay, please don't scream. David and Frankie, sit down on your computer and start studying right now. And so that is the real scope of the whole situation is. And I've said this, you guys, I'm probably said enough about this, that, this is only a scratch of the market that is out there, okay? We have the new Senna set. Now, the new F1 set from Race Masters, we haven't sold that many of them. Everybody wants them, at, a discounted price. And Daniel and I, we were arguing about this yesterday, do we cut the prices in the beginning so everybody buys them $1 below everybody else's selling price, and then later on we raise the price. And maybe Daniel's right about that. I just don't like giving stuff away, but we're in a situation that everybody else is giving it away. And the Senna set, the new F1 Senna set, if you don't own one of those sets, then you're going to miss it. That is a set you must buy. The Senna set, the new F1 set from AFX. I'm going to be showing it on Monday. So Monday, I'll be back on Monday. I might do a live stream on Saturday at the store as like just a fun show at like noon. Just kind of going over things, what's happened while I was gone, because we got the new orange cars in. Who's in the kitchen? Get out of there. I don't care. Get out of there. Sit down. Let's see. Brian says the word Connecticut goes away. What do you mean Connecticut goes away?
Keep the 1-6 as is. I have to change that.
Brian says the word Connecticut goes away.
Going to be in 6.
I don't understand. Connecticut goes away. I want to see someone set. We're gonna set up the Senna set.
How many 6?
We're gonna set that up. I'm gonna do that on Saturday. I might do that on Saturday. You know what? I'm gonna do it on Saturday. I'm gonna do a live stream on setting up the Senna in the shed, setting the Senna set up. I'm gonna have Ryan setting the set up with the hairpin turn, because the hairpin turn is exactly the problem with slot cars nowadays. Okay, they are so extremely fast that are the hairpin turns an accurate representation of slot cars? So we're going to work on that.
I can't make it smaller. I still want the number of slices.
So I wanted to do this update to let you know that I'm 90% on tune, and that I am almost there. 10%. I'm just not quite there yet. 10%. I'm still getting like little tiny times of, and so I wanted to do this video, not a lot. It's only, I'm going to be ending it very soon here, but I wanted to let everybody know that, that the great and powerful Bryan Young will be back on Monday, maybe tomorrow or Saturday. So just keep your eyes open, and we will be back, and we will, on Monday, we will, the whole new Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, the whole live streams will start all over again. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Well, let me put it this way. I'm going to do as much as I can without overdoing it. If I feel like I'm overdoing it, because my head, obviously, I don't know if you can see it here. Let me kind of swing my head back here. Can you see this right here? Let me see if I can get that camera on my head. Hold on a second. Because I can turn my live stream on and watch myself here.
Now I can add them together because my 6.
Because I can turn my live stream on and watch myself here.
Add together, not multiply. Add together 2 plus.
So you guys can see what my head looks like.
My answer 3, 6, and as several people have said, can also be 1/2. Okay. When we multiply the top and bottom of 1/3 by 2, we get 2 6. 1 6 is already the denominator.
What are you doing?
Has a denominator of 6. So we put the 2 6 plus the 1 6, we get 3 6. The least common denominator is finding the smallest multiple.
Oh, well, at least you guys can see what it looks like.
What is the multiple?
So,
6 times 1, 6 times 2.
that's what's going on.
So right here,
Oh, it's gray, all right. It's a lot of gray.
what you do is make a list. All right.
Oh, my blood pressure.
Times 1 is 6. 6 times 2 is 12.
Okay, so do you guys want to know what my blood pressure is?
6 times 4.
Okay, so we go yesterday to the doctor's. The same doctor place that I went to earlier this year when I told you I had to,
Okay, the multiple.
and they told me I had to, so they plug into my right arm, and it was 160/80, I think it was. And they said, oh, that's high blood, high. I go, really? I'm very calm right now. I'm not tense or anything. So the lady comes over to my left arm and gives the same test, okay? And it was 130/80. Normal. I said, of course it's normal. Do you guys ever spend a day with me? You know, it's like, what am I supposed to be, perfect? And I go, so blood pressure, I don't have high blood pressure. What I have is a high pressure life. Okay. I have sons that freak out over just the dumbest things. I have a son that can't sell mattresses, and so I have to show him how to sell mattresses now. Okay? I told him we are going to have a warehouse sale of mattresses. We're gonna get a hold of Serta and say, listen, we want to do a huge mega warehouse sale. We want the best pricing on mattresses. We want to do something that's so spectacular that everybody in the country wants to buy a mattress. And that grandfather clock, look at that, right on the time. You know. So that grandfather clock right there. You see that grandfather clock? My dad, stepdad, Mac Miller, bought that I think in 1986. Spent $900 for it, $890. Okay, he had it in the house. He always very meticulous about it, always kept it running and everything. And then all of a sudden, it was in Indiana for some reason. I don't know why. Bryan, it wouldn't work. And Bryan wanted to get rid of it because, I don't know. So I brought it in here, I set it over there in the corner. All right? Wouldn't work. I'd wind it up, nothing. I called a locksmith. The guy was very arrogant. He thought he was the greatest clocksmith in the world. You need a new mechanic, a whole new clock mechanics. I said, really? Why? He goes, listen, I'm a clocksmith. I know what I'm talking about. I said, whoa. I said, I just want to know, why does all of a sudden it need a new, it's only, and he goes, you just need one. I said, well, how much are they? Around $1,200. So I need a new clock thing inside of it? Yep. And this is when Mac was still alive, okay? And we had it wound up, it just wouldn't, because those three things there, you see those three things, those are the weights. That's what helps it keep going back. You see that thing going back and forth? That's all it does, is that goes back and forth, and that keeps time. Well, those things were sitting there, and it wasn't doing anything. All of a sudden, Mac dies. Now listen, I'm not saying that there's ghosts. I'm not saying that there's a spirit. I'm not saying any of that. There is one thing there is one thing that is true, and that are angels. Okay? That's one thing I do believe in, is angels. I don't believe in spirits. I don't believe in ghosts. I don't believe in your conscious is coming back and touching me on the shoulder and say, hey, Dad, everything's going to be okay. My daughter's not doing that. Okay, my daughter's died. She's already in heaven. She's with Christ. I'm with Christ. It's all over with. But I do believe in angels. And I do believe an angel came and touched that. Bink. And it hasn't stopped ever since Mac died. Now, you could take that for what you want. I don't care. You could say it's just a fluke. But all I know is that thing was not working before Mac died. And then after he died, that thing starts working. And it's been on, the most it is off is about 2 minutes. The most it's 2 minutes. Wish you in spirit. Hey, he does look like, let's see. I had my grandfather just like that. So anyway, I just wanted to let everybody know that I'm okay, and that my wife is getting upset when she teaches. She raises her voice. She can't hear. So I just want to let everybody know that things are going good, and I'm going to be back. If it's not Monday morning, it might be Saturday. David, or Frank, or Adam and I might do something on Saturday, because Adam's going to come over here on Saturday, I guess. How am I doing today? How am I doing today? I'm about 90%. Okay. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to rest as much as I can. Okay. That is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to rest as much as I can. Okay. That's all I'm doing. Is getting this. Because normally I don't do this. I would get up and start doing stuff because but I said to myself, you know what, Bryan? Because my son said, you don't need to come in this week. Don't. I said, okay, fine. I'm not going to come in this week. And I'm going to take every moment I can to rest. That's what I'm doing. And I appreciate all you people that are supporting Protinkertoys.com. Our gun sales are through the roof. Our slot cars are through the roof. I mean, we are selling so much stuff, it's unbelievable. People are buying slot cars like they've never bought them before. We got ST311, 312, 313. Unbelievable. We got so much stuff coming, it's unbelievable. It really is unbelievable. And I just want to thank you for all supporting Protinkertoys.com. And thank you for watching this live stream. Just go to our website, check out all the wonderful stuff we have, slot cars, RC cars, we have everything. Okay? You guys have a wonderful day, and we will see you tonight at the, I won't be there, but Daniel's going to be doing the auction with the new cameras. Daniel's got his buddy doing all the cameras, doing all the new, I hope you guys like it tonight, and that's going to start tonight at 6 o'clock. Okay? We'll see you later.